Hello everyone, my name is James Ryan and I'm here to play for you Technically Modded Minecraft. Now, as I was saying, I'm not really sure how the buildcraft item pipes and liquid pipes react to whether they're being chunk loaded or not. Because what if I've got an area chunk loaded, and I've got an item traveling from that chunk loaded chunk into an area where the chunks are not loaded? What happens to the item? Does it disappear, or does it go into the unloaded chunk, or what? Does it fall out of the world? That would be pretty bad. Um, what if a chunk is in a? What if an item is traveling through a chunk and then the chunk it's in is unloaded? I'm thinking what would happen there is it would just freeze in place, and then as soon as the chunk loaded, it will keep moving. But I'm more worried about. But I'm not 100% sure. And that earlier scenario came up with a chunk, an item in a chunk loaded chunk moving into an unloaded chunk. That would be, I don't know what would happen, but I think the item might just fall into the void. Because if you think about it, what's happening is it's got a chunk loaded chunk. So that means the items exist, the blocks all there all exist. And then it's going into an area where no blocks exist. So as far as it's concerned, the pipe is leading to nowhere. So it's just going to plop out of the pipe and fall straight down. And we don't want that to happen. It is not good, not okay. Anyway, if we take a look, we've got a forest princess here. And I'm going to combine the forest princess with the meadows drone, like so. Oh yeah. And they're gonna mate, and we're gonna see what happens. Oh yeah. So, that might take a while, but in the meanwhile, well, I guess in the meanwhile we're gonna put some stuff away. We got quite a lot of resources from that last trip. So, another thing... Okay, let me put these bees away first of all in the bees chest. We're going to make a better bees chest eventually, but not for the moment. So, another thing we're going to want to do is set up a cool fuel system for this, because eventually we're going to want better industrial craft stuff. And if we're going to... Because I want to start getting... Because one thing I find is that as well as there's cool automation stuff in Feed the Beast, there's also a lot of cool items that give you cool abilities, such as this Charm of Cleansing. But I tend to focus a bit too much on the automation occasionally and not too much on the actual cool items that could, help me stay intact. So I would like to work on something called the nano suit, and the nano suit is made of carbon fiber in a way. Well, I guess that's just the way I envision it. Not sure how it actually is, but assume it is kind of like that. But in order to do that, we're going to need to macerate heaps and heaps of coal, and we're not even being able to macerate our iron ore. We need to have a way to keep this system going, because this electric furnace charcoal thing just isn't going to cut it. And it uses up wood, and I know a much better way, a much more efficient way, at least EMC-wise, well, just in general, I think, of getting fuel. It's called, well, hang on just a second. First of all, we're just gonna want to have a temporary solution for our problem, and that temporary solution is, in fact, just getting a whole lot of charcoal. Like so. That's 14 charcoal. I'm going to want a bit more, so let me just get a piece of gold. And this should get me plenty of charcoal. Piece of gold for wood gives me, 64 wood for a piece of gold. That is great. So, let me just stick that in there, and that should keep us going. As you can see, the electric furnace is using just the last of its internal buffer to smelt that last piece of wood, and then once that piece of wood gets in there, it is going to... Oh no, I might have discovered a flaw with our system. Oh no. No way. Have I really? What's going to happen when this piece of charcoal gets inserted? Because I have a feeling it's not going to be pulled in by the transposer. I have a funny feeling that it isn't going to be able to pull it in. I hope it is. But it isn't. Crap. Alright, we can actually fix this. I think I know a way of fixing that. Yeah. So, can't really work on that for the moment. But for the I mean, this system works fine as long as we don't run out of charcoal. But once we run out of charcoal, it kind of works a little odd. But yeah, as soon as this gets enough power, it's going to reset this signal. Well, it would if it wasn't, like, doing this. So that's another problem with this system. Oh... crap. Perhaps I might want to take the inverse of the signal. I'll think about it. This is not working. Okay. We're going to have to think a bit more carefully about this system. But we're not going to have it really all that much for the moment. What I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to hook this. I'm going to hook all this up I'm going to hook this up directly for the moment. Oh, I have to get rid of these micro blocks. If I just do that, that should do an okay job. Problem is, it's going to get stuck still. So I need to figure out a way of that. I'm thinking if this stays red for too long, I might want to have like a tick pulse or something. Like turn it off for like 4 seconds or so, and then let it keep going. Like that might work. But that would require like an AND gate or an OR gate and some stuff, some diodes of some sort, something like that. Doesn't matter. But this temporary solution is very temporary because of the amount of fuel we're going through. It's not cutting it. We need more fuel. Okay, I've got a temporary solution, actually. I've got a really good one. While we're waiting, I'm gonna take this timer. It's not doing anything here anyway. I'm gonna get rid of this redstone. Because this redstone just isn't working for the time being. Actually, this might be good. How about you can emit, I'm going to change this redstone behavior so it can emit a redstone signal when it's full, okay? Hang on, here we go. Emit if full. So now, if it's full, and only if it's full, it's going to emit a redstone signal. And what that's going to do is, well, you'll see, I'm going to put my timer here, and I'm going to put it on a nice slow tick rate. Maybe around the same amount of time it takes. Oh, this could be a really good system, actually. I think I'm going to put it on around the same amount of time I would assume it takes a piece of charcoal to burn up. So let me see. How long does it take a piece of charcoal to burn up? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, around 20 seconds. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this timer tick every 20 seconds. It's going to send out a tick pulse or so. It's going to set out a tick pulse. And it's going to keep doing this. So it's going to keep filling the generator with one piece of charcoal every 20 ticks. However, if the bat box is full, it's going to turn the timer off. And it's basically just going to say to the timer, look, I'm full. I don't need you to keep ticking away and giving me more, and keep giving me energy because I'm full, and you're just going to be wasting charcoal if you do that. So let me see how good this works.